Happy New Year's! So this is a vlog, or a channel update rather. I wanted to do it after 1 month of YouTubing, but there were some scheduling issues. So I decided to do it after New Year's. I started my first video, why I think Blizzard's at fault with marketing, simply because I realized there was a lack of nuance in a lot of commentary surrounding the subject. And my thoughts were rather scarce, reflected in others. So that's why I started. I should have started earlier. I realize this now, but sometimes we just need that irking trigger to get you to do something. At least something that was unplanned, which this entirely was. My first video set a pace for the whole channel, I think. It has a depth that was not... It was rather scarce regarding the subject matter, like the disgust that PC players might feel from mobile games. And so my thoughts, concepts and ideas really are the content in my videos. But even so, I can feel the tug and demand for good quality visuals and good editing in my videos. Luckily, I have some previous skills, like in Photoshop and Illustrator, that allowed me to sort of create okay visuals. But I'm not quite happy yet. I really want them to be high quality. And so I picked up animation, 2D animation. And I'll never actually be an expert in this, I believe. Even with 10,000 hours, I probably won't know half of what it takes to be an expert in it. But with some of my previous skills, they might help to amplify this entire area of my videos, which is the visuals. I can't do my depth, meaning, and profundity justice if I don't up the quality a bit. And that really speaks to a dichotomy I've encountered attempting to figure out ways to make my channel grow. For example, collaboration. I have to find people who also would like depth of content on their channels. And that's not your average. That's not your average Let's Player. You have to find someone who you can share the content with. And there might be ways, but it's a lot harder than just sitting down and playing with someone. And so I've decided to up the numbers of my videos before I try to collaborate, or at least reach out for a collaboration. I would, if I were going to collaborate with someone, I will look at if they make good videos and if they can do it consistently. So that's really the goal, the track that I'm running first. Besides the fact that I want to make quality content, it's also the number of videos before I try and scale. And I have a couple videos in the works already, like a channel intro. I want a new channel intro every year, if I'm actually going to do this, which I committed to now. I want to make a channel intro every year that reflects the content I'm making. And so I'm really focusing on the depth of content in my next video. Right now I'm having the Why We Play, which is okay. The Why We Play tribute. But I don't think it's necessarily reflectant of all my work. And I think that would be very difficult. But it certainly would reflect me as a person. Also, I'm doing... I've written a script, and I write all my scripts to clarify my thoughts, as I would recommend for anyone doing this kind of work. Not necessarily having scripts, but at least writing something of your thoughts. That'll clarify your thoughts for yourself. But I've written one script about how the scoring system in game reviews are broken. And not just that they are broken, most people know that. But why they're broken. And how. What effects it has. And other than that, I have many ideas about videos. Some that I'm definitely going to do, others that I have in maybe. Someday maybe, like a treasure chest. But the other work that I'm doing is related to the channel. Like the video game we're making at Bikini, Genetics. I don't know how that would reflect my collaboration with other YouTubers, but this channel is really for that game, Genetics, a multiplayer space game. But for the most part, this channel should be able to stand on its own. It's not just going to be about genetics, it has to be about more. It has to be about media, about video games in general. And so that's the end goal, but it's not the track, it's not the journey. The journey is about video games. And even so the journey continues after a potentially successful game, it has to. It can't stop simply because we reached our goal. But in any case, Christmas was a very slow time for making videos. It's difficult to do anything. I realized that the stress around Christmas, it really is around. It's not during Christmas. Once everyone is sitting in their seats and eating, there's a certain peace, a peace of mind that just strikes you for a couple of days. And then after this short period, you get into more stress. And it just continues until the year is over. So hopefully, actually no. So January will be a much more productive month than December was. Although I have to say, the Morrowind video, it was a real pleasure to make. And perhaps some of my best edits. I made videos before. One really successful. I estimate around 1 million views on YouTube. It was about mixed martial arts and a highlight of Fyodor Emelianenko. But I realized that as well as that one did, Morrowind had better editing. And the reason is simply because the material I used was not as good as that you get out of professional videos, which is what I had to work with in the highlight. But the Morrowind video just brought so much more to the table than my work outside of video games did. I think it's just because I know editing more now. I know where the focus of the eyes are going to be in between shots. And I was much more free to create those kinds of shots. Like I said, the quality of the video they're not as aesthetic and pleasing as you get with professional video. But as far as the actual editing, the Morrowind video was better. Also, it was very interesting to make. It's not a new idea that you're not a Nerevarine. But I believe I got to the nuances, and in a clear and concise way. And I try to address problems of the whole theory. And that's really the kind of videos, the kind of thoughts, and the kind of concepts I like to work with. I can't help myself. I'm not going to go out there and make shallow content. It doesn't work with me. I would be very uncomfortable making that kind of thing. I demand quality and depth, unconsciously, I believe. Or maybe it's just a structure I built in my mind. I have to see what's beneath these events. Why? How? These things they require time to work with, but this is getting awfully hard to follow. In short, there's more good things coming. I've been Frank. Farewell.